Welcome to AgriVisions, a program of First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michelle Rook with Nate Francine, president of the Agribusiness Division. Well, Nate, today let's talk about the impact the Iran war is having on higher crude oil and diesel prices, higher fertilizer prices, and the impact that's having on farmers.
Yeah, I think the good news about all of that is farmers have typically been locking in their fertilizer earlier and earlier all the time. They really are watching that market closely and locking it in earlier. And so I think a high percentage of our producers have quite a bit of their fertilizer already locked in. And obviously that was done before this war in many cases. Now, certainly not all. And for those that are still in the market for it, yeah, they've got to be as proactive as they can. And we were already here because of the tight margin environment, but you really need to be prudent about what's needed on the soil, really doing those soil samples and not over applying unneeded fertilizer, really dial it in and be as efficient as you can with it.
Well, if there's any silver lining to the war at all, higher crude oil prices are lifting grain prices, especially corn. And so as these prices move up, farmers really need to take advantage of these prices, right?
Yeah, you and I talk about it a lot, Michelle. Pay attention to the volatility. The volatility can be your friend. And ironically, in a war-like situation, commodities tend to grow in value and be more valuable. And we're seeing at least some signs of that today. So absolutely, I think it's critical that our producers out there are paying attention to that and selling into those rallies. We don't know how long this war is going to last. It could drag out or it could be over rather quickly. And if it's over rather quickly, I think those that are really proactive about locking in some of these rallies are really going to reap the benefit of that.
And Nate, if crude oil stays higher for longer, we should see more inflationary buying in the grains, right?
Yeah, you would sure think so, right? The Fed just met this week as well and did not change rates, but a lot of talk about is this inflation long term or not? And a lot of that has to do with the length of this war.
Thanks so much, Nate Franzine with First Dakota National Bank and today's AgriVision.